There we go. Hey everyone, Sinix here, and I'm back for my weekly stream, as always, coming to you on Friday night, thanks to the wonderful support of all the people that are on Patreon, all my patronizers. Today we're just gonna be doing some thumbnails for starts. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know what's gonna come out, but I really want to do more thumbnails because I haven't been doing enough. And there's a specific type of thumbnail that I definitely haven't been doing enough of, and that's more like compositional thumbnails. So I think today we're gonna try to get some really good compositions down, and if there's any good ones, we'll try to mess with them a bit. But I'll probably be able to use them for, wow, that video looks really off for some reason. Hopefully my video qualities are okay. I'm a little worried now. Let me just double check that real fast. Oh, I can't even check. Well, hopefully the bitrate's okay. I don't know. I don't know. There's a cat. I don't know why that was still there. All right. So, yeah, today gonna be doing that stuff. Hopefully it works out. Don't really know. If you guys have any questions or suggestions in the chat, you're free to announce them to me and let me know how it goes. But for starters, why don't you tell me if does your screen look as blurry as mine does? Because I'm getting a really super blurry looking stream, and I have no idea why, and that's kind of terrible. So let me know. And anyway, I think yeah, we're gonna do composition thumbnails. And I see Psyker do these a lot, but whatever, we're gonna do better ones. See, it always makes me sad when I see Psyker do a bunch, because usually he has a bunch of good ones that he never develops, and I'm like, why, you should develop that one. That one looked good. So now I'm just gonna do my own, and hopefully we'll make something good. Yeah, I can just make a whole bunch of boxes at first, just for fun. We're gonna have a whole bunch of boxes. It's gonna be great. They're gonna look like little boxes. I'm just holding down the shift key once again. Shortcuts, people. If you hold down the shift key, and I believe Photoshop and Painter, definitely Painter, because I'm in Corel Painter, but it will give you straight lines, so even though you're just drawing fast, oops, you can draw all your straight lines. It's good for doing outlines of boxes. Okay, well, I don't know. We'll see how the video winds up looking. But hopefully, the good news is that I think I might be on 144p too, actually. Oh, I'm on 360p. Okay, that was the problem. I don't know why it was so low. I guess it's fine. We'll leave it super low. Okay, so the good news is it doesn't matter. You don't need a lot of resolution for thumbnails. In fact, it might even help you to have low resolution for thumbnails, because we want to blur our eyes anyway. We want to get real blurry and just kind of try to see things in the chaos. So I don't know if I should do a bunch of these or not. Maybe I'll just like make one page. It doesn't matter. So we got all these little boxes here. I'm gonna try to get away from the horizontal boxes, because I feel like every single illustration I've done over the past year-ish, they've all been for videos. So they all have the same, widescreen resolution, because I'm like, oh, that'll work better for a video. But I miss doing these ones that are actually in portrait format instead of landscape. So let's try to get some good ones going. Okay. So let's pick a really good brush for this. And we're gonna focus on the values. So let's see, what do we got? No, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna stick with this brush for now. It's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna focus on the lines at first, and then we're gonna add some values overward. Overward? That's not quite a word, but we're gonna add some values over them. All right. And if you guys see anything, you can feel free to shout it out. So I feel like doing figures might be fun. We'll see. I'm just gonna make things that are vaguely like figures, and maybe they could be interpreted as things that aren't figures. I don't know like what this one is. I'm just gonna keep moving on. Looks super weird. Um, so the fun part is I'm just gonna be kind of trying to view the box as a piece of art, and I'm just gonna try to make or break up the box in interesting ways. And hopefully we'll get some decent compositions going, but we might not. You never know. It's the fun of art, not knowing what you're gonna come up with. So I'm kind of looking forward to it personally. See, it's like I didn't even know what this was, but it could be like a guy with his hand, like coming forward or something. Maybe he's giving a thumbs up. I mean, that's kind of weird. Uh-huh. I wish. Oh, never mind. So yeah, if you guys have suggestions, let me know. Maybe you'll inspire me in some ways. I feel like it's such an important part of art to kind of find direction that you wouldn't normally get, which is it's important to me because the way I view creative kind of ideas and designs are that you're basically working off everything you've seen before in your life, which is true. So one artist, will have all that information in his thing, and that will determine what he does, kind of like a lack of free will. It's all very deterministic. But if you involve someone else, then your art can instantly be far more complex because you just don't have that one person to rely on for everything, and suddenly you're going in directions you never even thought of. So I don't know, the potential when you have multiple people involved is definitely great. I think I'm just gonna focus on adding shapes, like for now. I think that's more fun. See, I haven't done this in a long time, and I didn't practice beforehand either. So I think I'm just going to focus on breaking things up into shapes and maybe some lines here and there. Because I don't really want to have an idea beforehand. I want to just break things up and see what comes out. The most interesting part to me is that you can probably see 1,000 different things if you keep it loose enough. So that's also a goal. I feel like even just looking at it right now on my screen versus looking at it over on the stream, I have a separate laptop open just for the stream so I can see the chat and everything. I feel like even just looking at that part, I see like completely different objects. So it'll be fun. We'll just make as many of these as we can. I'll try to speed it up a little bit. So let's see, what time is it now? Right now it is 12:10. And I'm just going to dedicate the next like 15 minutes and see how many I can make. It'll be like a quick little rush. So feel free to ask questions in the meantime, and I will just kind of not get too sucked into any one object. Okay, make something. Oops, I don't want to go into values yet. I don't. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Nope, don't like that. You guys like 3. I like 3 too. I feel like I see the most crazy stuff in 3. Like it could be 100 different things in my brain. I think when in doubt, I should just be drawing like butt-like shapes, because that seems to be the key to everything I've ever done in life. So maybe I'll start doing more butts just to break things up. Like, they don't have to make sense. It can just be butt-like objects. Oops, I don't want to go out of my page too much. And we'll just keep moving around the page. I got a nice big canvas I'm working with, so don't really have any worries about running out of space anytime soon. This is good. I feel like this is the best strategy I've had so far. It's to just kind of draw a weird angle of a butt in each one, because I will probably see something completely different if I ever actually make it out alive. Make it to the other side. And they don't even have to be good looking butts. Just any butts. It's gonna be butts everywhere. Butt City, USA for a bit. And if you guys have ideas, like I said, maybe you guys got a better idea. Obviously, my brain, it's just gonna be 1,000 butts. But, you know, maybe if you guys say, hey, why don't you try doing this instead to come up with ideas? And like I said, the input of others is the goal. Is the goal to real creativity. It's like limitation. Isn't that a saying? Limitation is the mother of invention, or something like that. It's very true that limitation is what really makes you find creativity. If you're set with a page, a blank page, we've talked about that before a bit, but it's like basic design theory. If you have this blank page, you're not going to be creative beyond your own limitations of what you can like visualize on a very superficial level. Just a blank page doesn't inspire you. You make like one shape, and that's a limitation. Suddenly you're limited in what this whole page is, and that's where you get creativity from. Limitations. Maybe it's the limitations of your media. Maybe you don't like your brushes. That's a limitation that you can use to your advantage. So there's plenty of limitations in the world for you to use. And, you know, find your own limitations. All right, let's keep going. Oops. Create a fantasy character. I will try to do some fantasy. Maybe I can make like some thumbnails that kind of look like a fantasy character. I don't know where they will go. Hold on, that was not a good one. That's fine though. Doesn't mean get rid of it. Not at this stage. Just turn it into a butt. And move on. Okay, so let's do like little thumbnails. Maybe we can pretend there's a fantasy character in here. I don't know if I want to do a guy or a girl, but let's just say there's like a character here. Oops. Ah, I do not like that foot placement at all. I don't know what that is. I don't like it though. Let's keep moving. Javolian wants me to put boobs on a butt. Whatever. I'm not opposed to any weird ideas. Wait, a boob... Wait, hold on. I can't make sense of this. A boob... Isn't like a boob basically just like the same shape? How do I do that? I guess you would go like this. Does that make sense? We got something. I don't think it makes sense. Well, we'll keep trying anyway. It's one thumbnail. Maybe we'll come back to it in 100 years and we'll see something completely different. Once we forget what it was supposed to be. Uh-huh. Annex wants a butt with a party hat, so we can oblige that, definitely. Oops, we gotta fix our party hat. Party hat's gonna be up here. Looks like a cat. The problem is we already established that butts with party hats are just how you draw a cat, so we're kind of just going into all kinds of other territories. Does that make sense? Do you guys even understand what you're looking at? I barely understand what I'm looking at. We gotta get more graphical for a bit. Make one picture that crosses 3 panels. That's actually a good way to get good compositions. That's a good suggestion, Mr. Ryan Kerr. We will do this. Let's see, what would be a good one? Let's see. I don't know about that one. I actually don't think that was a very good example. Let's just break this up a little bit for fun. That looks super weird. Okay, that's fine. This is totally an environment. I should have done a better drawing. Actually, let's do that. Let's just do a drawing and then I'll break up the thumbnails afterward. Draw friends. I don't have friends. What? Mr. Blank says the first one on the second round looks like a train in 1 point perspective. Let me think. Maybe. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. See, they all form their own things, which is the best part about all of this. Okay, keep going. So it does sound like a fun idea to like make some kind of dumb drawing first and then kind of break it up after. Let me see how that works. So I can just draw anything. Let's see, should we draw like a character? I don't know. Let's draw like a torso or something. That's not quite right. I don't know why I'm making this so stylized and weird. Let me just draw a couple quick figures. Oops. Well, whatever. It's close. See, that was a very boring shape, so I wasn't able to do much with it. Let me draw just a few random figure shapes. Gotta add some weird perspective at least. Okay. Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna start adding my lens now. Oops. Get that. There we go. Doesn't quite work. I think I like the other approach better. We can keep experimenting though. We got time. Still got a few minutes left of experimentation time. Perhaps draw a really planar tiger, or rather a tiger broken up into planes polygons. Okay, we can try. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to break it up into planes that well. That does not look like a tiger. Looks like a bear. I guess if you add ears, then it looks like a dog or something. Hold on. I'm just gonna ignore this one. We're not deleting anything today because everything has some value. When it comes to finding shapes and compositions, every mistake will be to our advantage. Ooh, let's see. Wad Mizzard wants me to draw a low poly figure. It's a good idea. Let's try it. Let me just finish this one off. Okay, let's see what we can do. Okay, let's think real fast. A low poly figure. And Mobius is saying I should draw stuff. I'm gonna do that's a good idea. Draw composition. Well, he says characters, but draw stuff based on people's chat names. So we'll do that because we might come up with some good thumbnails that way. Real fast. I want to see how simple I can draw like a low poly figure. I feel like all my figures have this basis of being super low poly anyway. That's kind of how I try to picture the human body anyway, so it's nothing that original. It's like super straight lines everywhere. Oops. That one is no good. I don't know what this is. This should be connecting like way up here. Almost missed my bean shape. See, I made it so boring. I gotta do an interesting pose. Let's see, so our polygon will fold like this and come out like that. Oops. Okay, like that. I messed that up badly. Well, geez. I don't really care about that much. I don't think that worked out. Alright. Anyway, let me build some more thumbnail boxes. Huh. I don't know what that would be. This is Corel Painter, by the way. So Lori Nurmi wants me to draw Psyker as a duck or an octopus. Let's see, how can I work that in here? Maybe we can. Hold on. I want to try to get some slightly more organic shapes anyway. Oops. Okay, let's get a... I don't know what Psyker would look like as an octopus. Because I don't even think of what an octopus might look like as an octopus. It's kind of an octopusy looking thing. Uh-huh. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Mobius' suggestion and just pick things based on people's names that I see in chat. So be sure to, I don't know, mention something in chat if you want. So we got a guy named Long Arm. Okay, sure. Let's draw something with long arms. That looks weird. What else can we do? Who's next? We got R Loach. It kind of looks like Reloach. I don't know what a loach would be. Certainly it would be like a roach, right? I don't know what a roach looks like, but we're just gonna make a rough approximation. Again, I can't speak at all today. Oh well, we're just coming up with dumb ideas. That's you. You can have an... Actually, this would be better. Okay, let me try one more time. Let's try to form an L shape. So let's see. The background, the negative space can be an L, and the rest of it can be our roach. And then it's like an R loach with little antennas or something. I don't know. Who knows what it might look like. Who else we got? We got Lori Nurmi. What does that make me think of? Honestly, when I hear the Lori Nurmi, it makes me think of like Laura Normal. And you just picture someone really boring and normal. Like, here's the girl with really normal hair. And she just looks so boring and normal. Maybe she has glasses. Big glasses. That's a Lori Nermi for sure. Let's get some more space in here. Hold on. There we go. All right. What else we got? Sinix, do you get mad at Psycho when he says he's better than you? I don't think he's ever said that. At least not to my face. Let's see, who else we got? A Mighty Silverback? That sounds super... You guys have super literal names. So let's see, we're gonna have a guy with... It's gonna be like a... Makes me think of like just those big old arms. Maybe there's a head here or whatever. Actually, I can make the head here. The little tiny like feet and stuff. It's gotta be hairy, but that looks like a looks like a mighty something. Actually, I'll do one more. For some reason, it makes me think of robots. We can do something slightly robotic. Obviously, a lot of my robot designs are kind of based on like giant monkeys. I like the whole idea of like the big arms and everything. I don't think I could... Ooh, I didn't leave myself in very much room though. Oh well. Just assume that the arms were squeezed in. We have the little legs. I only spread those legs out though. Well, it didn't work out, but you know, doesn't always work out the way you want. So it's chaos. Chaos reigns. I'll try one more because screw that. Start with little legs this time. Lets me build it better. And do some kind of torso. Big. Let's see. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh well, I give up on that one. Who else we got? Sinix, tell us a joke. Tell us a joke. Tell us a joke. I don't think I know any good jokes. My jokes are all situational. I'm never good at remembering words. I can remember visual things, not words so much. Never been good at telling jokes. But I will draw Matt B. Because, let's see. It's like a... It would be like a guy named Matt, right? And he would have the body of a bee. And there's a picture of a bee on it. All right. That's terrible. Let's try something else. Maybe if we had the letter B as our inspiration. That just looks like a butt. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's keep moving on. Matt B has a beard? Okay, fine. since you demand a beard. Actually, what am I doing? Should always do beards like this. Okay. There you go. You can't see it, but there's a bee on your shirt. You can have a hat or something. I don't know. Yeah, sure. You look like Matt B sounds like a guy that would wear a hat. So let's see what other names we got. We got Wad Mizzard. What would a Wad Mizzard be? I could think of a lot of things. For some reason it makes me think of like a wad of something. Let's just do a wadded up piece of paper with a wizard hat. And maybe like a little arm holding a wizard thing. This is what a wizard hat looks like. I don't know how to do crumpled up paper, apparently. Yep. 100% accurate. What else we got? My noodle rice. That's easy. My noodle rice. So we got like a bowl and noodly rice. I don't know. Could be anything. Look, it looks like an egg or something. Has to have chopsticks. That looks delicious. What else? Sinix Illuminati confirmed. Maybe. Okay. So, Sinix, got any fave graphic novels? I don't really read many graphic novels. I guess Watchmen was good. I don't know. I never really got into comics and graphic novels. Let's see. A Dead Prince. Well, that's amusing. Oops. Okay. There's his throne, and he's dead on the ground. How exciting. You get the worst one yet. Probably be some windows in the background. We're gonna get a good one eventually. Just you wait, people. Jose Gonzalez. That's one of my favorite musicians. How do I draw that? I don't know. I guess he needs to have like a guitar or something. Looks like a gun. let's see. We got how long has it been? Oh, it's already been 40 minutes. All right, all right. I'm trying to figure things out. Let's see. We got Drew Wark. I don't know. For some reason, that makes me picture like a chocobo or something because they say Wark a lot, and I drew it. There you go. That's our amazing composition. See, that one doesn't leave much room for interpretation, does it? That's the downside. The best part is I'm forgetting what most of these old things are supposed to be, so they look like something completely new to me. Ronin guy. That's easy. We just draw like a cool looking samurai guy, right? Hold on, what can our samurai guy be doing? Draw him in just a little perspective, maybe. Nah, that's no fun. Okay, keep trying. Keep trying. Nope, 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 don't like it. Okay, I'm gonna draw a guy that's just flying through the air or something. And he's got his swords ready. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Ah, that's garbagey. Well, I'll keep thinking about that one. I'll make it nice and simple though. Maybe? Is that nice and simple? Doesn't look very nice and simple, does it? Is this the hardest one for some reason? Whatever. It's gonna be a guy holding a sword or something. He's got a sword on his back. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter that much. We'll forget about it and then we'll come back to it. Let's see. I guess we can do Javoyan Yasin. What would that be? I don't even know. It's basically just Psyker, right? This is Psyker. Psyker is very strong. Great. Awesome. Oh wait, you are a moderator. You get to have like a giant hammer or something, right? Okay, let's try that again. Huh. I cannot do it right. Oh, that looks like weird. Okay, I can't read that. That's a mess. Okay, nice and loose will be the way we go. What else we got? We got anything good? We got Mobius eggs. What's a Mobius strip? That's like one of these things that just goes in into itself. That's all it makes me think of. Except there should be an X. I guess it's kind of like an X. Nah, it's fine. We're fine. Let's keep messing around. Man, that's weird. Roman built a stone. Didn't draw anyone built a stone. I guess that would be like a statue, right? You can be a statue. Oops. All right, hold on. We're getting there. Don't worry. Let's see. We got Overlord Sin Man. What'd that look like? All you guys have names that are very human-like, which it's not that fun. Here, he's got like a whip or something in his... I don't know. He's hitting people. Oops. That leg was bad. Ah, come on. Ugh, unhappy with that. It's not my day. I don't know. Do do do. This one's for graham crackers. It's a bunch of graham crackers. They have little dots on them. Alright, let me get back to just doing some normal compositions real fast. Trying to come up with something decent. These are all terrible. gonna have to work with a smaller brush. Huh. That is right. Jetty Jet is streaming tomorrow, guys. 10 a.m. Wake up early and watch Jetty Jet stream. He's a good friend. He often joins my Twitch channel and does some streams with me, so it's fun to stream with. Streams are usually fun. Draws a lot of anime girls. Okay. Oh, come on. Gonna find some favorites eventually. Sinix, say schnoop schnoop. There you go. Your life is complete. Oops, okay. Explain composition, please. Okay, we can try to do that. Basically, composition, I don't know. It's the idea that the that your eyes should be guided on the page in a pleasant way. So there's a lot of people that think composition is all mathematical. You get your rule of thirds, your basic things, and those can be true because it's mathematically pleasing, but there's plenty of stuff that can be mathematically pleasing, so it doesn't really matter that much. The only goal of composition is to guide your eye around different focal points and not off the page. So if I just had if this was my whole composition, just this, a bunch of things going like this, it probably wouldn't work that well because everything's just being driven right off the page, and it's not a good composition. If the composition was finding a way to trap you in the page using different things, then it might be a little more interesting. Maybe you got like a weird shape and different parts are blocked out, and somehow it's gonna keep your eye interested. Maybe there's secondary points that are also drawn in weird ways. I don't know. There's not any real rule, in my opinion. It's kind of like graffiti, I would say, in that you just got to know how to make something as pleasing as you can to look at using, I don't know, maybe tangents and things to your advantage. So you wouldn't want like something like this, which would look like crap, but maybe something like this, which breaks up into interesting angles, is suddenly a more likable composition. I would say you can say composition is the idea of finding subliminal patterns in things. Because the human brain is really trained to find patterns, It's kind of our survival instinct. We recognize patterns, and that's usually predators or things like that we might see in things. So we're good at recognizing patterns, and that will help us kind of, survive. So we recognize patterns in art, and it's if either they're pleasing or they're not, and it's usually because of things like tangents and how they fit on the page. So whatever, it's something like that. But yeah, generally, like, I don't know. I don't think there's any real hard rules. So you can say like the rule of thirds, but it doesn't matter that much. It matters a little bit. If I was just gonna draw a figure on the page, this isn't as appealing. I'm sorry. Well, let me think about a way to do it. Just like a random guy with his head in the middle wouldn't be as appealing as a random guy with maybe his head up in the corner or something. It's just slightly more dynamic looking, and it pleases our eye more because of the patterns it creates in the negative space. But, it is what it is. Okay. Hey, we're almost running out of space. That's brilliant. Huh. Don't like that. Oh, crap. Sinix, do you prefer minimalist design or detail? I prefer minimalist everything. That's why I'm a big fan of Ashley Wood, and some people hate Ashley Wood. But I love minimalist. I think the more or I don't know, there's something appealing about being able to tell a story with the least amount of kind of detail. I think it's very interesting. All my favorite artists are very oriented on kind of being rough. I think it's more interesting to see brushstrokes than to just see a perfectly whatever structured thing. It's perfectly shaded. I want to see some chaos in my paintings. Just a little bit. Even if it's a realistic painting, I still want to be able to zoom in and see the brushstroke directions following the forms. Okay, we still got some space. I'm gonna try something different for these ones. Kyle's asking, why do my digital drawings always look so unfinished? I don't know, because you're not finishing them? You probably... There's a lot of things that make stuff look unfinished. If you're using different techniques, that makes stuff look unfinished, just so you know. I don't know what you're using. But like if I used like a photograph as part of like my texture, and then the rest was like painted in a loose way, and then like there was a different technique going on, that would make something look very unfinished. So there's like a level of cohesion. Even if you're minimalist and rough, if the whole thing feels minimalist and rough, then it usually doesn't feel super unfinished. But and this goes for the same like when using line art too. If you're gonna use line art in your drawing, say you got a person here, blah blah blah, and you know, you got a drawing of a guy and you paint him in a painterly way, you know, with lots of shading and things. If you still have the line work there, it's gonna, in your brain, it's represented as two different styles. So it will look unfinished because you're seeing the style of line art and you're seeing the style of painterly or whatever you want to call it. If you just did cell shaded style, then you can have the line art there because it matches the style, the hard edges and everything, and it looks finished. So I would say it's a big factor in using a cohesive style. Having things look like they fit together is pretty important. Okay. I think what I should do for these, what might be fun, is if I try to do like really extreme like looks at a hand, like maybe I'll get some really interesting compositions. Like maybe it's just like poking in from like a finger away, like this, where it's like here's a finger, like the knuckle, and then the bottom. Like just weird views of fingers might give me some interesting compositions. I'm willing to try it. I don't know if that one worked. I didn't like this finger, that's probably why. So I'm just gonna try a few of those real fast. Maybe one where the hand's going away. Whoop, okay. Keep trying. Huh, huh, huh. Hmm. Sinix, are you the greatest artist ever? No, but I will be. How's that for an answer? I feel like I have not pushed myself at all to actually make anything decent, but the knowledge is like kind of building up in my brain, even though I'm not using it. One of these days, I will show you what I'm capable of. Until that day, I'll keep doing stupid stuff. My learning phase will never end, and when it does, it will blow your mind. Sinix, you should draw a blue flag girl face. I don't even know what that is. So you just do kind of like an anime style. What is blue flag girl? Does that look like a blue flag girl? Because that's kind of like an anime. Kind of, right? Is that anime? Just have it inside like a giant mech? She could be blowing a bubble or something. And just draw some like mechanical stuff. Big eyes, tiny nose, blank expression. Okay. Sure, we can do something like that. Just slight anime style. Big eyes, tiny nose, blank expression. I don't know if I could do it as. Oops, I can't make my lines right. That's too anime. Even he's not that anime. Man, what a boring. I don't like drawing anime stuff. Or at least trying to. Obviously, it's not very good. Okay, what else was I gonna do? Let's see what else we got. Check out 3D. Blah 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 blah. Um. Oops. How do I move away from reference? It's easy to copy 2D shapes, but hard to visualize 3D form. I think just start small, really. Like, don't get wrapped up trying to be too complicated at first. I personally, I think it's, I think I mentioned it a lot, but I used to draw a lot of really simple shapes. Like, I would make a little design that would have some kind of shape to it, maybe it has one little bend, but it's kind of like a mechanical shape. Has a slight 3D feel to it, just like half cones and things. And then just draw like another one, like in slightly perspective, like farther away. And for some reason, doing a lot of stuff like that, I found it kind of helpful. Because it helps you automatically start visualizing just like perspective lines in your head without really trying too hard. But always, yeah, I don't know, really basic shapes. Just basic stuff. It can just be blocks. Just draw a lot of blocks. Draw a lot of arrows. It's not that hard. Picture everything in like weird 3D space. Okay. Sinix, do you like Calvin and Hobbes? Sure. I don't think anyone doesn't. I think if there was a uh if we ever reach like a Blade Runner society where we're having to test people to see if they're humans or androids, we'll just give them like a Calvin and Hobbes book and like say, here, take a look, and then we'll just monitor their pupils for dilation, because that's the only way to tell if someone's human or not. You know, or you can put a turtle on its back, you know, in the middle of a desert or whatever. Uh-huh. Oops. Where are we? Why did I keep this one? This one has no... This one's terrible. The only way to break up this horrible composition would be to add like some shapes going contrary to them. Okay. Anyway. There, that's better. Okay. These boring ones down here. I have much more fun looking at other people's thumbnails because I always see stuff they don't see. We're almost done with this page. How great is that? Okay, and can we fit one more in? Sure. Great. Roman's asking if it's better to work with muted, plentiful colors or go for monochromatic ones. It's always better to use multiple colors if you can. Obviously, it's a challenge. What else we got? Okay, so we got all these boring thumbnails. Let's look at them from far away and add another layer real fast. Oh, let's go with this one. Okay, great. Now the question becomes what's negative space and what isn't. Screw that. I don't think any of these look that great. At least not yet. It's like one of those things where you'll probably have to like go away from it, then come back, and then see a masterpiece in here. Problem is, I'm viewing them. Here's what I need to do really is flip the canvas. Now they look fun. Except for like ones that are super boring, like Anime Girl. Who the heck wants to draw an Anime Girl? Okay. Uh-huh. Oops, sorry, I'll read the chat more. Let's see, what do we got? I don't know. I'm not seeing much. That's fine. Keep messing around. I feel like the trick is, for me right now, is to divide it up in ways that I know are incorrect. Because then I'll see something completely unexpected. At least hopefully. We're trying to cause some brain chaos to occur. Do. Sometimes I feel like he is afraid of chat because the chat is always perverted. No, I'm not really afraid of chat. Trust me, I've been around the internet long enough. There's nothing interesting to me. I'm just very focused on nonsense at hand. This is actually very helpful, this step, because I'm totally seeing a ton of things that I didn't see before. Like, I don't even remember what this stuff is going to be by the end of this. Actually, this still looks like a butt boob, so mission failed. Okay. Question, Sinix. How do you define good art? That's an interesting question. Maybe. I feel like, ooh. I don't know. I think good art is just art that appeals to you. Oops. Okay. Do that part. Oh, jeez. You know, there's a lot of ways to break up art. Obviously, you can see when people don't achieve what they want to achieve. Failure is never a good look when it comes to art, which is why a lot of art fails, or why it's easy to define something as bad art. Uh-huh. Let's see. What's good? What looks good? Okay, let me think real fast. Why are you guys talking about singing now? You guys are all over the place. If you want to hear great singing, yeah, go on my Twitch channel. That's where I sing for the masses. The voice of an angel. Huh. Okay, there we go. Yikes. Oh, I like this better. I'm just gonna make him a little chaotic. That's boring. How about this one? Man, my computer does not like all this dumb drawing that's going on. I can feel it. Drawings on top of drawings on top of drawings. Anyway, let me get back on track here. Just keep flipping things. Whoop. Sinix, you should consider fusing some of the random ones together and then looking for order in the random chaos. Yeah, I know, that would probably be good. Any sort of tricks are usually a good thing. Okay. Let me flip this back around. This one looks like an angry cat. Actually, a lot of these look like cats right now. This one looks like cat sitting on the edge of a couch. This one looks like the back of a cat. This one looks like a cat looking at a bowl of water or something. This one still looks like a butt. Huh. Well, let's see. What can we do? Do any of these look awesome? Not really. Some came out a little interesting, actually. All right, there we go. Man, okay. What am I thinking right now? I like these lighting schemes. They're way more interesting than what a normal lighting scheme. This one you kind of go a bit crazy with things. Get all kinds of weird stuff going on. Oh man, this is okay. There. We've made a little bit of chaos in each one. The ones that have faces are ruined because the human eye is trained so well to recognize faces. Okay. Let's see. This one just now looks, instead of a dead prince, it looks like a sad person next to a sleeping cat. See this one here? Oh wait, I'm gonna use my brush. See that? Let's just try to point stuff out for a little bit. This one looks like a guy jumped through the air. Can't avoid this one looking like a person. It's sad. Wish I could get my brain away from it. Trying to find something I like. Not really happening. Okay. Huh. Okay. You guys are having more fun in chat than I'm talking about in here. It's always good. You guys are just gonna get all kinds of entertainment. Could have. Well, sadly, there's not much I can do about that. I'm just gonna save this and move along. And in the future, I will look at it and it will be super inspiring for some reason. That's normally how it goes. Oh, what's today? 16. Find it. 15. Whatever. Sure. Great. Awesome. What are you guys talking about? All right. Let's try messing around real fast. Oh, that feels better. It's a nice empty canvas. Huh. Okay. Sorry, I'm amusing myself too much. You know what I was really disappointed with in that thumbnailing process? It was my my gestures. It just looked terrible. All this stuff, you know? Just random chaotic character things. Shouldn't be hard to do. You just make the things, you kind of piece them out, make the arms, make a leg, blah blah blah. This guy's leaning over or something. Should draw more that are just standing up straight. Won't look as bad. Huh? Oh, why am I okay? Anyway, yeah, I was finding that really annoying. Yeah, that's not. Eh. My brain does not like thumbnails today. Just wants to draw bigger stuff for whatever reason. Like a butt. Always draw butt. Always looks good. No problems there. How can I do that right? Huh. Okay. There we go. Sinix, what is this? You call this drawing? Yeah, I call this drawing. Fool. Not really. I call this experimentation. If I wanted to draw, I would just draw something. But I don't. I don't know. I'm looking. I'm searching for something. Do. Great. Weird. It's gonna be super weird today. It's one of those days where you just want to be stupid and draw weird stuff. You guys are talking a lot about photorealism. I don't know why. Photorealism is just a numbers game. There's no creativity involved. But there is a level of, there is a type of, I want to call it photorealism. There is realism that can have a type of creativity involved. It usually comes from knowing how to use colors in creative ways. But it's not photorealism because photos are boring. Look at that, dude. Um, yeah. Man, I don't know. Can we have some JoJo poses? How do you define a JoJo pose? I'm not actually sure about that one. I like these, just adding a little bit of waviness to these limbs. I don't know why. Makes them extra fun to me. Just when they have a slight wave to them. Strange. That looks strange. This is the part of the stream where I just start making random drawings because I didn't like the other stuff. Common thing to happen, not a big deal. Obviously, won't be an interesting stream. Oh, that doesn't look good. Do, do, do. Let's see. What do I think about photo bashing? I think it's okay. Depends on what you want to use it for. I don't have any problem with people just using it if it's just for to help make production stuff faster. I don't find it super interesting to look at personally. I see a lot of like really boring art in terms of art. Like if you just want to talk about art, but if you want to talk about using it to make production stuff, then it's completely fine. It's super boring to look at, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter that much how it looks if it serves a purpose. I don't like that. Okay, whatever. That's close enough. Alice says caricature is more interesting. It takes photorealism and bends it and changes their proportions. It's good if people understand how to do it. I've seen plenty of bad caricature. Like there are certain people who do caricature and they'll just kind of do the same thing for everyone regardless of like the face, everyone kind of it's knowing how to bend someone's face to reflect their like a certain mood or personality, then it gets good. But some people just are like, yeah, this is caricature, do the same thing every time. There's like a silly big cheeks and like a little nose, or it's like no matter who it is, they all look like the same, like, and it's just like, that's kind of great or whatever. I don't think you understand caricature. But there's plenty of good stuff out there. Like all things, there's plenty of good people and plenty of horrible people. Who else? Trying to think of new ways to do noses. Huh. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Not quite there. Always looking for something, never quite finding it. Not yet. See, if you follow like plein air painting at all, or people that are into that, like at first I thought it was all about just trying to capture like a photorealistic approach. Um, but later on you realize that it's all about manipulating the colors of the environment. So nothing, you're not using the actual colors, but you're making the scene actually come alive by using what you know about creativity and color and everything, and making it better than it actually looks in real life. Better than any kind of photography can ever do. So it's still very close to photorealism, really photorealism, but yet it is different in all the ways that make it better and takes infinitely more skill. Let's draw something. Mm-hmm. Oops, let me get this right. Oops, get that curve right. That's not quite what I wanted. Let's try a couple more times. Want a long nose or a short nose? Questions we ask ourselves. Mm-hmm. What a horribly ugly face I made. I could do better. Let's fix the nose. Let's fix everything. Let's give it like that cute, lowish noise, lowish nose, or it's like a little buttony nose. So, because those are always cuter. Maybe that's a little too chubby. A little pointier. Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it goes. We can give them the big, silly lips. That looks terrible also, but okay. Huh. I don't like this angle, to be honest. But, you know, this is how I should draw it. Just make it look like this. With a nice pointy chin. There's no jaw whatsoever. It's the frog lady. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll decide to fix this. I feel bad. I gave them such a fun haircut. Oops. Wrong brush. I'll stop making them look like an old lady. Which means I have to give them smaller ears. See? Your ears never stop growing. So when you draw old people, you can give them giant ears. When you want to draw young people, you can make the ears a little smaller. Of course, it all depends on the person. No hard rules, of course. Make her kind of mean looking. That'd be more fun than the alternative. At least she looks a little angry. It's not super boring. It's a little fun, I think. It's more fun when they look like they got some kind of tude going on. Right? Don't you agree, guys? Don't you like a little attitude? Who wants to draw girls with no attitude? Oops, let me fix that like this. Are you guys happy I drew someone that doesn't have their eyes all squinty closed? I think this eyelash should go in this direction. Yeah, it's a little closer. No, I could have left that. This is fine. It's fine like that. I'll fix the forehead just a little bit so it doesn't look so silly. See, we know how to draw girls. We're great at doing it. Right? Right? I think it's fun. Oops, get that line in there. I don't think I like that line. Well, we'll leave it. Come on, Sinix, read this. I feel like I always read the most useless things. Probably miss all the good stuff. You guys are talking about art history or something? Okay. There's just got wings. Those things are now wings. Let's see, what else can we draw? While we're in a drawing mood. I like working with drawing with a pen that isn't just plain black, because black is very off-putting. You see how ugly it looks? But I'm using like a dark brown, which you can use like a dark any color, but it makes it feel just a little more fun. Not as deadly boring. That's it. That's an art tip for all you beginners. When you're gonna work digitally, don't use black, because you can work traditionally in black because it's still not 100% digital black. But if you work digitally, you get an unrealistic expectation of the color black. So it's super weird. Oh yeah. Sorry, I read all the wrong stuff. All I see is draw more butts. I need a butt from a new angle. And this face is boring. Okay. What angle should this be? Front or back? Could be front, could be back. Let's try back. What is this? I guess this would be a foot back here. I don't know. It's hard to say. Well, that doesn't look right at all. That looks super weird. I don't think you guys will understand it. Oh wait, this one should be super forward too. I'm dead. Kill me now. It's so weird looking. I don't know. I have way too much fun trying to draw stuff in crazy perspective all the time that I can't enjoy drawing stuff that's not in super weird perspective. Okay, oops. Not reading chat again. Sorry. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yeah. I think I'll eventually I'll reach my Kim Jong-gi goal where I can draw in 4-point perspective. For now, we'll keep it a little more simple, but still try to make it complex. Oops. Let's see, where would the knee be? We didn't really give a proper knee, which is weird. Should have, but we didn't. Kind of messed up on the whole calf area. Everything's a little off. It's fine. This one's terrible though. I don't like this leg at all. I don't think that fixed anything. Sinix, someone told me that time is a flat circle. Well, either you read that in a book or you saw it on True Detective, which stole it from a book. Hey, season 2 of True Detective's coming soon, you guys. Who's excited? Probably won't be as good as season 1. I think everyone knows that. We need more perspective exercises, I think. Oops, didn't mean to do that. This guy looks angry. Oops. Does that look like a head? Kind of. It's hard to get that perspective right when you're weird angled. Sinix, why do you even read my shit? I just pick a line every 30 lines and read it, and you won the lotto twice in a row. Congratulations. Let's see, what can I do? This guy looks like an orc. Look at this guy, he's flying around. I don't like that flag. Okay, let's try it a little more off. It's okay-ish. Come on. Fix it, fix it, fix it. These little tiny nipples or something. Little sad nipples. This guy is a jet plane. Sinix, do something with color. No, I think I'll go to color. It's hard to just, I don't know. If I jump into color, then I'll be streamed forever. I think this arm should just be smaller. Oh, okay. Well. That's not that great. Needs like a little nub here. Oh wait, we're on YouTube. Maybe on Twitch we can get away with that. Banned. Question: where do you see yourself in 5 years? At the top of the mountain. I don't know. 5 years is a long time. Hopefully I am 5 times as good as I am now. Never stop improving. There's so much to learn. So much I haven't even tried yet. I feel like every year I try so much new stuff. Learn so many new things all the time. Who knows where I'll be? Where will you, the better question is, where will you guys be? Someone in this chat will probably be dead. Someone will probably be famous. Someone will probably be a great, great artist. And you will remember this moment. Say, oh, I can't believe I was the one that died. This is like some weird dream this guy's having. Dreaming about some naked girl. Yeah, sure, you can give him little wings. You want him to have little wings, you can have little wings. He's gonna have little anime wings though. Okay, that's just too weird. But it kind of makes me laugh, so maybe I should leave it. Do you ever feel like you're not improving at some point when you draw? No. Because I have a belief. I don't know. I've mentioned it before. Belief is the most important thing about being an artist. You think about what it takes to draw. It's just confidence, really. It's not like I have some mechanical thing in my brain right now that can always mean I'll draw something good. Sometimes I don't draw anything great at all. Happens plenty of times. But as long as you have confidence, it's all good. Look at that wing. That's kind of a cool wing. Needs to be like wrapped in tape or something. There, you can have like a little halo. Question: what are the best exercises to learn for shortening? Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, what are some good ones? I don't know. It's because foreshortening is just being able to turn something, you know, you turn a box, or let's say it's a cylinder, you know, you turn it a little bit and like you're like, okay. And you turn it all the way and it's like, whoa, look at you, you're bigger. But I don't know what the good exercises are. I think just drawing limbs is good. But I don't know if that's, I don't know. I think the best exercise is just to try it and try something ambitious. I don't know if that's a good advice or not because you'll probably feel real frustrated. But I don't know. I think it can work. Just like dive into the deep end. But I don't know, hands are pretty good. It's easier to draw things going away at first, maybe you'll find. Draw things getting smaller. And like you could be like, oh look, that's a hand. Look how silly it looks. Right? Make the thumb bigger or whatever. Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the good advice is for that. What to practice. Because I don't know if there's anything to really practice. I think it's fun to just dive right into it and just be like, okay, how am I going to make this foot work? Guess I'll just try it. Try it and it'll magically work. And look, there you have a foot in crazy perspective. You can draw some shorts on this leg. It's gonna be like the joints that are gonna mess you up the most when you're starting out. Stuff like that. Stuff like, the joint parts. But you'll figure it out. Question: how to learn to draw hair. Still struggling no matter how much you try. I don't know. I think in terms of drawing hair, not like painting hair, I feel like you can just kind of be chaotic with hair. Do you really need to try? I mean, it's like, look at this hair. It doesn't really bother making much sense. You just draw your head or whatever. And you just kind of, I don't know, act crazy with it. Give it a nice energy. Energy is everything. And it's also more like flow. So like, I don't know if you understand flow, but like the fact that things will get like a flow in a certain direction. Like knowing how to make things flow is important. And I don't know if there's any good advice for that. But just think of hair as like big blocks too. Like chunk it up. Just make it chunky as much as you can. So like just make like big chunks of stuff. And it's like, okay, that's hair. It's big, it's chunky. You just defined like these loose edges of something. It's like, hey, look at that silly haircut. It's like a weird little bob thing, and it's fun. And it was only just like giant rectangles of shapes. And it works. Kind of. Stuff like that works anyway. Question, Sanjay says, how do you know that your experience of consciousness is the same as other people's experience of consciousness? I guess you don't. What kind of question is that? Why would you know that? Uh-huh. I mean, I guess you can say you know it because I don't know, consciousness. That's a whole can of worms, Let's put it like this. The person you were maybe 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago, anything ago, is not the same person you are right now. If you want to think of your identity, it's really just a temporary thing. So, did you experience consciousness the same way back then? Probably. Could just be your brain chemistry, though. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Doesn't really matter, though, does it? Who cares? What's the point? What's the point of worrying about something like that? Uh, Question: can you do a pointy chin series like Sakura? We'd love to see your art process. I don't have a. The problem is Sakura is doing his thing. It's about him trying to develop a style, and I don't have a similar story to tell. I haven't spent time trying to develop any specific style. I don't do the types of practices that he does, so I don't really know what to say about it. Um, Question: where is the line between insanity and creativity? I'll tell you this much: it's not in your own head; it's in someone else's. That's for other people to determine. You dig? Mm, let's see. Making YouTube Happy says, how do you decide to simplify certain aspects of figures, and is that derivative of style? Are you actively creating your lines in this manner, or is it second nature? It's definitely second nature. It is kind of, I guess, what you would define as style, but it's not really planned out that much. We kind of, I don't know. I talked about it a little bit with Jet the other day. I feel like the relationships you develop in your mind with certain, like the body parts and structures, it's like you develop your own relationships when it comes to things. So maybe you naturally, when you're looking to learn how to draw, you decide that okay, this like there's a line here, and you use that line to decide where the nose is, and that's not accurate. I wouldn't say that's a good way to do things. I mean, if you were trying to be realistic, but maybe your brain just decide that that looked good. So you naturally will simplify this thing instead of a curve. You'll always draw it like a line. And this is like a really rough example, and I'm not sure if you'll understand what I'm kind of going for. But maybe other parts we don't use to define things, but in our brain we're using certain relationships to define other parts. So those things become important. Drawing the knee like a box becomes important in my brain. to help me define the relationship of other objects. So that defines how I simplify things. But it all comes down to the relationships that you build with the human form in your brain and how you want to draw. It's not really a conscious, purposeful thing. It will naturally come to you. Maybe you go to figure drawing. I recommend you guys all go to figure drawing, by the way. And that's where you'll have to start trying to draw something, in front of you, and you'll want to do it realistic. Well, you'll want to get it proportionally accurate. So when you look at something, you'll be trying to think, okay, how can I know where to put this line? And you'll realize that there's something over here, and that could be a guideline for you. You say, okay, it lines up with that. So you put it there and say, okay, that lines up better. And it's just stuff like that, and you'll develop those, and they'll develop in your brain, and eventually you'll just naturally stumble into your own style because of the way your brain works and how you see things. So, hope that kind of explained it. Yeah. I do master studies. I think everyone should do master studies. I've done master studies before. I like doing studies of not only masters, but just all artists. Any artist that I think has an interesting style that's different than mine, I always like to do studies when I can. I like doing studies. Studies are fun. James Heller asks, does my mail order bride love me? Yes, probably. Have you guys ever watched the movie Seeking Asian Female? It's about it's vaguely about like a mail order bride, but not really. But it's interesting because, I don't know. Love is a simple thing that's easy to develop between people. It's not as magical as you might think. It's a natural thing. And anyone can fall in love with anyone. See, I'm not answering your trolley question, but it's an interesting question. Whether you intend it to be. Question. I used to draw a lot, but I kind of fell out of it. It's Zambo. I want to get back into it, and I want to know what stuff I should practice because I would always just wing it when I used to draw. I don't know. It's I mean, you can wing it. That's nothing wrong with that. You see what I'm doing? I start with stuff and I build onto other stuff. You get like ideas in your head of things you want to practice. Maybe it's legs. I like practicing legs and faces, lots of faces. But it kind of is going to come down to what you actually want to do with art. What kind of artist do you want to be? You want to draw faces. It's easy to draw faces. I think faces never get old because every face can be different and interesting. Just your own mistakes will make it fun. Never get tired of drawing a face. Just draw a square with some lines. Make some lines here. Make a line here. Actually, I don't like that one. And it's like, it's a face. It's fun to draw. Work on it as much as you want. Oh, it's Psychra. Why is Psychra here? Psychra, I want to hear all about your... Actually, Psychra, answer a question for me. Is there going to be a video on your channel that contains the workshop panel, or not workshop, the panel you did at the comic convention? I'm curious. Did you record it? Just curious about that. I have the weirdest audience. That's true. Oh, okay. You didn't record it. Oh well. I was hoping you would, but I guess it's fine. I wanted to see it. Okay, let's see. What else can we do? I think we're pretty much done. To be honest, I'm tired. It's been a long stream and nothing got done, but we did draw some fun stuff at the end. I guess it's always fun to just draw. I don't know. I should have just. I don't know. I'm trying to consider if these streams should just be working on like just doing a painting. Like making an actual drawing and doing like a finished painting, or if it's fun to just experiment around and do a bunch of random stuff like I did today. But we'll figure it out eventually. Oops. Where's the drawing? So there we go. Fart blast off. So, I think we're done. I don't know. Yeah, we're done for today. We did a lot of useless stuff, and it wasn't a great stream, but it won't always be a great stream. So, if you're curious, I'll probably do some streams tomorrow on Twitch, like I always do lately. Been doing a lot of Twitch streams because they're fun. And I usually get guests on there like Jet and other people. Jet's fun to have on. But Jet will be doing a stream tomorrow morning. Don't forget, watch it, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go watch his channel, his stream. And let's see, what else? Yeah, go subscribe to Psyker's channel or something. I don't know. Maybe Psyker will come on a Twitch thing and tell us about his exciting adventures at the comic convention. We'll see what we can do. In the meantime, I'm gonna go to bed. And that's gonna be it. Yep. Alright. Bye, everyone. Frosted Flakes. Cookie Crisp. Where is it? Nope. The wrong button. This one? Yep. Count Chocula does have a pointy chin. Congratulations. I think we know what cereal he's eating.